Got it. Reality radio done right. No nonsense, real and raw, just like you like it.
He's corrupt, he's inexperienced, and he lies.
Broadcasting from a broom closet in the Arizona Lotus Studios, it's Beef Vegan Presents.
Here we go! Shut up, Austin. All right. Yo, welcome back to the show. Beef Vegan Presents live on this Friday morning, 6:03 on February 11th. Thank you for tuning in to Rock 102.1 KFMA, streaming worldwide at KFMA.com. Good morning, Powers.
Good morning, Beef.
Good morning, Austin.
Good morning, dude.
All right, we are jam-packed today. We have a lot of things to cover on the show today. We have tickets to give away, tons of tickets for the Gem Show. The way you're going to win those tickets is simply by finding Austin. We're going to send him out to the streets of Tucson this morning, and first come, first serve. You know, we'll give out a pair to each person that shows up, says what's up to Austin, and grabs those tickets for free. And then speaking of Gem Show, then in the podcast broadcast, we're going to be sending Austin down to the Gem Show in Practical Joker style. He's going to have his AirPods in, and he's going to repeat everything we tell him to say. And I'm very excited about that. It's always good times on the podcast broadcast when we send Austin down to do this. It's in Practical Austin.
Yeah. When I was in Disney World, I watched you guys do this, and I was jealous. And I was in Disney World.
You're right. The happiest place on earth happens to be the podcast stream.
Yeah.
Whenever Austin goes balls up and he lets us say whatever. It's great. Are you excited about this, Austin?
I always am.
I always am.
We were going to do it last week, but Austin got the COVIDs, and he is fully recovered now. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
I did see a post, though, that I was a little concerned. I was just like, wait a second. You said you got the COVIDs. Are you here at the station editing a movie? Did that happen?
I was editing a couple days before.
Okay, good. All right.
I just made the post a little bit late.
Yeah. Well, that.
Are you licking my microphone and touching the keyboard? What is
Yeah. Are you the outbreak monkey here? Is everyone off now because of you? But
welcome.
Yes. So we didn't get to do it last week, so we're going to be catching up. And I've been eyeing this Gem Show for quite some time to send him down. I have tons of questions for him to ask randos as they set up their rock shop.
That's right.
You know,
Stoked.
Yes. Okay. And then we'll have Herb Stratford in. We got to yell at Herb for a couple things. And of course, Super Bowl Sunday is this Sunday. We know this. And we'll be talking with Justin Spears at ESPN Radio. He's going to be in the 8 o'clock hour. And we're going to ask him to give us his pick for who's going to win the Super Bowl. And then we're going to bet the mortgage on the opposite because Spears sucks that bad at picking NFL games. It's a sure thing, 100%. Like throughout this playoff run, I think he correctly predicted one game out of like 12, dude. So it's surefire. This is my strategy that I'm going with. I'm putting my actual money on my FanDuel app based off every opposite thing he says. And I'm gonna be a rich man. I might not even come in Monday, depending on how much money I win. That's how.
Should I call in and quit? Watch.
We'll also give away tickets for Ghost and Volbeat. So here's a couple stats about Super Bowl that you could look forward to. You know, it's less a thing this year. Apparently, they say game day spending could be down 19% from $108 per person to $88 per person, and 28% of people claim they don't plan to tune in at all. You know, which is up from 21% last year.
I think that every year the Super Bowl gets a little smaller.
Really?
Yes. I've watched this trend where it's become, how many friends do you have that are like, oh, are you watching the sports ball game? I'm so sarcastic.
Right.
You know?
You think a lot of that has to do because of people unplugging streaming services? Because a lot of people don't have regular TV anymore. A lot of the games are on regular TV, CBS, NBC. And I know I couldn't watch a lot of games this season because I only have Paramount Plus, which only carries the CBS games. So I missed all the NBC games unless I went to a sports bar or somebody's house.
Right.
I think that has a lot to do with it. They're not following along the NFL narrative.
Yeah. I think it used to be a real unifying thing back in the day when the world was a bit smaller. You watch the Super Bowl, and nowadays it's like there's not as many big unifying things.
All right. Well, I mean, it's still a big deal, even though it's down from it being a bigger deal. 37% of men say they gain weight during football season. And here's the trip, because this is the first year that the Super Bowl is the day before Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
So you're going to get fat, bloated dudes trying to roll on top of their wives the very next day. It's going to be fantastic.
Ugh.
The breakdown, the most popular game day foods include 6 states liking buffalo chicken dip, 4 preferring 7-layer dip. We're a 7-layer dip state, in case you were wondering.
I wasn't.
Well, you should.
I could have guessed that.
Okay. Well, New York. All right, we're back here on the live stream. I got a bunch of people to introduce here on the live stream, but I'm going to do a live tease here in a second. So I'll let you guess who's in studio just by hearing it. Ready? Rock 102.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. It's the podcast broadcast, and we're jam-packed and ready to have some fun. In studio for the podcast broadcast, of course, it's Friday, so we have film critic Herb Stratford. He's going to let us know when we return about a new Johnny Depp movie that it's actually good.
Oh,
mind blown. Of course, Powers is still hanging out. We got Justin Spears from ESPN Radio, and on the street, we have Austin, and we're going to do some Impractical Joker stuff with Austin because we sent him down to the Tucson Gem Show, and we're going to have him repeat whatever we tell him to say, and that's going to be only on the podcast broadcast. So much stuff just packed into 1 hour, so be ready for it. When we return, we'll have Herb's review of the Johnny Depp movie, and how do you pronounce it, Herb?
Minimata
is going to be reviewed next on Beef Vegans Presents, so stick around. Clear. I mean, it was almost, I stutter a little bit, but that's okay. All right, welcome everybody to the podcast broadcast stream. Say hi to everybody. Good morning, Linda. There's so many things that we're going to cover. There's a lot of films and documentaries that Herb touched on. We're going to do Minimata on the air when we return. We're waiting for Austin to pop in, and that's going to be good. But first, I finally got to watch Red Rocket, Herb.
Oh, you did?
Yes.
And what'd you think?
I thought it was fantastic.
Yeah, me too.
Now, Red Rocket, it stars Simon Rex, and this was a film that it was an A24 film, and we've talked about on the stream how we dig A24 projects because they're like the new Miramax.
Mm-hmm.
I got a lot of caffeine in it.
Yeah, I noticed you're really just jumping
I
into
just
this.
slammed. I'll tell you what. This is what I did.
All of a sudden.
Uh-oh.
I just slammed one of these because I was feeling a little under. It's a super espresso. Right, with my coffee, and I am tweaking my balls right now.
You're out of your mind.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just sitting
If
here
he's
quiet
blurry-
listening to you.
If he's blurry, it's not his camera, it's him. He's moving,
He's moving so
very
fast.
Yeah.
He's bullet time, right?
You know,
It's like
with the
the
off
Matrix.
mic energy. Yeah. Okay, so let me get back to Red Rocket. As a recap,
This
Simon
isn't about a
Rex-
dog's penis? This
No.
movie? No? So-
Yeah. The summary of it is it was a film written for Simon Rex in a way. He stars as like a mid-40s former adult film star, and he moved back to Podunk, Texas town after falling on hard times, right?
Yeah.
And it's a great film. You know, the way that it lays out is super organic, but the one thing that disturbs me, and this is somewhat of a spoiler, is that Simon Rex's character starts picking up on a high school girl. She's 17 years old, 3 weeks away from being 18, right?
Uh-huh.
You start rooting for Simon Rex to bang this 17-year-old. Do you not, Herb?
Yeah.
You do.
You do. No, you do. And the thing is, that's the whole premise of this film. It's sort of like cringy, like you want him to succeed, but he's not a likable character, right?
No.
And he's like a B-level porn guy, right? So he's not like one of the guys that everybody knows, right? So like he'll tell people, oh, I'm an adult actor. And they're like, who? And then he'll tell their name but he like references all these performers he's acted with, right? To try and get cred.
Yeah.
But yeah, the girl, isn't her name Strawberry? Isn't that what it is?
Strawberry.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I mean, it is, you're
She's
right.
gorgeous. She's
You're
like
right.
28 in real life, by the way. So
And
You
she
have to
works
look
at-
things up.
And she lurks at the local ice cream store, and he just starts macking on her, and
donut store.
you know, yeah, and it's just, it's sort of sweet, but it's sort of creepy. I have to agree with you.
Yeah.
Now, this is fictional based on a real guy?
This is fictional.
So did the real guy wind up with like this girl and this is the person he's with? Or is this
No.
just
I
a
think
story?
I think it's just fictional, but I think the reality is that this probably happens all the time. You know what I mean? I mean,
Yeah.
there's not that many, B-level porn actors hitting on ice cream girls, but I mean, clearly this is how some of these girls get lured into the business by some charismatic
true.
loser, right? So,
Yes, and then all of a sudden he's like, he falls for her, but also he wants to pimp her out and be like, she has the it factor. She's like the next Jenna Jameson. And in a way, you can't argue it,
Yeah.
but it's so weird. I'm watching this movie with my girlfriend, and we're both like, "You could do it, Simon Rex. Bang that minor." It's weird, and you don't feel great about it, but you're literally rooting for this man in his mid-40s who's down on his luck to turn things around by committing statutory rape in Texas. It's
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah.
You know,
3 weeks is quite a window. It's true.
I know. She said, this is the ultimate pickup line. He's like, how old are you? And she goes, old enough. And like, what's old enough? And she's like, 3 weeks away from turning 18. And he goes, oh, I'm sorry, you're too old for me. And he goes the fake walk away. I'm like, that's smooth. That's how you would do it in real life, but crazy.
Yeah, well, you got to remember Sean Baker, who is the director. He's the one,
and he directed Florida Project.
Yeah, Florida Project, and before that, he directed Tangerine, which was the first movie shot entirely on an iPhone about the transvestite prostitutes in L.A.
Yes.
And so he's always sort of dipping into these sort of subculture, sort of, you know what I mean, like not sort of the gritty sort of underbelly of America. So
yes.
it's perfectly in keeping with his normal work. But I just think, he's great in it. I think it like he finally found a role where it's like, yep, that's him. You know what I mean? It's like he didn't even have to act. That's just him.
In a way, yeah. So it was perfect for Simon Rex and probably saved his career, even made his career. Yeah. Another thing that's interesting about Red Rocket, if you guys check it out, which I think it's available on video on demand now, and Sean Baker's projects in general, is that he must be casting real people.
Oh, yeah.
Because you can't find this amount of ugly in Hollywood. Legitimately. I mean, they look like real people, like real poor white people, and I know them well. I lived in Buckeye for a while and I'm third generation poor white trash. I get it. And I'm seeing these
Way
people.
To sell
like,
yourself, man.
Well, I'm just saying. I'm like, that looks like my Mima.
Yeah, no, you're right. He definitely uses a lot of real folk. But the thing that's weird about all of his work really is, what's the audience? You know what I mean? Because it's like, do white trash want to see themselves on screen?
Yeah.
I guess. I don't know. But then also it's sort of charming, to look down. Oh, look at these, these sort of trashy people. I don't know.
One of us. One of us. Legitimately. I mean, even Simon Rex looks beat up in this movie where I'm like, oh, you look like you could be white trash for sure.
But he's believable as a wannabe porn star. Totally. Right? I mean, that is like, you can see, you're like, you can play that. So
yeah. I know.
I'm glad you got to see it finally, because it's definitely didn't get the attention I think that it probably should have.
No, it's an indie film for sure. No, my girlfriend and I have been keeping an eye out for it since Christmas for video on demand or even streaming it while it's in theaters. And we waited until it surprised us like this week that it was finally available, and we bought it outright because I had faith. I had faith in Sean Baker. The Florida Project was one of those weird films. He kind of reminds me of Harmony Korine, director of Kids and Gummo. Gummo's a crazy movie if everyone saw it, and I always enjoy those kind of flicks. And they're almost uncomfortable at times. And the way that the pacing of the film goes, that's what reminds me of Harmony Korine. It just kind of seems like you're just getting snapshots of a day in the life and not necessarily a moving narrative, and then it all kind of ties together. Am I wrong on that?
No, I think you're absolutely right. Yeah.
Boom.
As usual.
Yeah, that's almost too filmy there, film boy.
Hey,
films.
Hey, I'm just letting you know why it's good. So if you watch it and you don't think it's good, then you're wrong.
Yeah.
I like movies. I'm not here for films. I like movies.
Yeah. Marvel galore. All right, let's talk about this Johnny Depp flick. We're on in 5 seconds. Going live. Rock 102.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. In studio, very special ed guest, Herb Stratford. Good morning, Herb.
Good morning.
I slipped in the head.
Special ed guest.
I was going to give him the Justin Spears treatment, and then I was like, wait a second, I still got to burn him in a way.
You have Austin as well to just also target. Like
I thought Austin was a punching bag on Friday. What the heck?
I'm still waiting for Austin to get on the stream. So yeah, I'm going to punch so hard when he finally shows up. He's about 15 minutes late for Austin on the streets, but yes, I'm sorry. I take back the ed part. Special guest, Herb Stratford, film critic extraordinaire. Let's talk about Johnny Depp's latest flick that somebody's got to talk about it because I haven't heard anything about this movie.
Well, it's an interesting thing because, first let me just talk about it. So basically, W. Eugene Smith was one of the most famous war photographers. He was one of the first guys to show American casualties during World War II for Life magazine. So he was a big deal, right? By 1971, he has got PTSD. He's a drunk. His career is sort of behind him. He ends up going on this sort of last assignment to Japan because there's this story of like mercury poisoning where this company is is pouring all their crap into the water, and it's really causing all these horrible, for 15 years it's been messing up the Japanese people, right, who are there. They get horrible birth defects, all this stuff, right? So he ends up going to Japan to sort of photograph it for Life magazine and try and raise awareness of this, to try and maybe publicly shame the Japanese company into paying what they need to do to make this right. So anyway, W. Eugene Smith, this was sort of his last thing, and one of his most famous pictures is from this time. And so this movie had been made, I think, maybe 2 or 3 years ago, and because of all of Johnny's nonsense with Amber Heard,
right, all the controversy
right?
and the canceling,
yeah, they were just like, you know what? Let's just put this on the shelf. Much like the other movie this week, Death on the Nile, because of Armie Hammer being a cannibal, they didn't want to bring it out right away till everything died down, right?
Yeah.
So Johnny Depp, this is a passion project. I think he worked for about 10 years to get this movie made. And honestly, you don't see a lot of really good movies that have photographers as central characters. I think Ouija was the last one that was actually somebody famous that was done well, with Joe Pesci. But this is very good. It's very well done. And Depp sort of disappears into the role of Eugene Smith, and it's a hell of a story. I'm sort of glad that it is finally coming out, and I was not embarrassed. Sometimes you're like, I've had it with Johnny Depp. I liked it. I have a degree in photography, so I know the story of Minamata. I know who Eugene Smith is, but I think it was done very, very well. I mean, it's beautifully filmed. If you're interested in photography or Japan being bad, go check it out.
You think this is another kind of like a lucky break for Johnny Depp in a way, where he filmed this movie before the S hit the fan?
Yeah.
And essentially he was about to get blackballed from the industry, legitimately. And then he puts out a film like this, where if critics all agree that this is a breakout performance and one of his peak performances of his career, it might actually add a few more years to his career and not stall him out and turn him into, I don't know, Bruce Willis.
Yeah, well, Bruce Willis or there's a couple people that are just really phoning it in lately. I mean, I'm sort of worried about Liam Neeson. He's got this movie called Blacklight out, where he's like,
so it's like Taken Part 17.
It is. He's like, until if you read the description, it's 10% on Rotten Tomatoes. You read the description, and they talk about how it's all fine until they threaten his daughter and granddaughter. It's like, okay, wait a minute.
And then his daughter's cousin's best friend.
I mean, we're really
But he's got a particular set of assets.
Yes.
So yeah, I don't know. But to answer your question, yes, I think this does him a lot of good, because he made this movie, so it's not like he was toxic, right? You know what I mean? He couldn't get a role. He already had this role. I do think it's a little weird they're bringing it out in February, because that's sort of a weird time to be bringing out a movie, right? Everybody's focused on the Academy Awards and everything else.
It's post Academy Awards, pre-summer blockbuster. It's just basically it's a nowhere land.
It's a weird time, but I do think he's redeemed himself a little bit with his films.
All right, so that's Minamata, starring Johnny Depp, in theaters this weekend. We'll have more with film critic Herb Stratford. Justin Spears is hanging out with us, and Austin on the Street, if we can find where the hell he's at right now. He might have got arrested. I don't know. You're going to have to join us on the podcast broadcast stream to find that out. Keep it right here. It's Rock 102.1 KFMA.
He is a little guy.
Clear. And in fact, actually, speaking of Armie Hammer, I came across this. I thought this was super interesting information that was relevant for this conversation. According to a new book, Tom Hardy got the title role in Mad Max Fury Road by spitting on Armie Hammer during an audition.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. And little did he know at the time how much that really turns Arnie on.
Yeah, no, it's a really interesting book that's coming out about the making of Mad Max Fury Road. And there's little nuggets that are coming in about that.
You said Arnie, not Army.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Just
Okay.
fix the last
Okay.
bit of it.
Damn it.
Sure, it's like one thing. You can do it.
You see the behind the scenes doing speed break. Hey, Gimp, if you're still on the stream, what's up? I miss you. Good to see your comments and everything. Gimp the Pimp. She is a good friend. They're a good friend of mine. I had that. Used to be on the show, my show, like 2010.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Gimp's been working with Todd for years. Oh, yeah. See, Gimp's there. Again, hey, Gimp, if you email me, beefvegan@gmail.com, I can send you an invite if you have like a video cam, if you want to pop in and say what's up on the stream. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, there's only 6 or 7 of us today, so we need about 12.
Right?
Yeah, that's true.
That's true. Well, I'm still waiting. Let me send an invite to Austin again, see what the hell happened to him. Like, this was the whole plan all week long to get him down to the Gem show.
Yeah, because it's almost over, right?
It's not. Well, no.
The stream. Well,
No,
we're
the
The
Gem
stream's
show.
almost over.
No,
Gem
the
show
Gem show.
opens at 10. This is the
public.
weekend.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
I just
Like-
think about the wholesale.
You know,
Yeah.
I'm just calling Austin right now. Let's see what we got here. We gotta find this out. There's a lot of things to cover. I want to play this clip real quick. Oh, Doc, he's got you on the clock. All right. Well, next time, Gim. Where are you, Austin?
Parking was a bitch, but I'm here.
Okay. Well, get in on the stream when you can.
Cool.
Okay. And for the rest of you guys here on the stream, this is really cool. I want to share this clip with you real quick. Comedian Michael Turner, who's a mutual friend of mine and Rico's. He's based out of Phoenix, but I think he lives in LA now. He's hilarious. And every year he likes to go to the Waste Management tour and talk with some of the celebrities because they do a celebrity pro-am and ask him the hard-hitting questions. Here's Michael Turner talking to celebrities like Aaron Rodgers at the Waste Management opening this week. Check it out.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're looking at, some people say the best hands in football. I'm here to tell you it's the best butt in football. It's right there. You kidding me? He brought the white pants out today? Oh my Lord.
I don't know what Larry has on right now.
He got the tight whites on.
tight whites.
He letting it breathe on the back end, I'm saying.
he let the junk in the trunk hang out a little bit.
Yes. You know what I'm saying? Look, this guy gets it. I mean, he sees it. We got 4 eyes on this thing. All right? I got 20/15 vision. I can see through some walls. Look at that thing. It's talking to me, dude. It's got a personality of its own. I know a lot of people say best hands in football. I'm here. I've never seen it up close and personal, but best butt in football? The ladies in Scottsdale want to know, is it coming back?
I'm not going to touch on that.
Hey, Adam, can we talk about why you're really here? To convince Aaron Rodgers to retire. Is that fair?
I don't know about that. I don't I just want him to get traded to a different division.
Oh, get out
That'd
of
be fine,
yeah. Maybe go
I don't want him to
AFC?
retire, yeah.
Okay. Aaron, I just talked to Adam. He said he's here to convince you to leave the division.
Yeah, that's going to take a lot of convincing.
Is it? Come on now. What? You still looking at property in Denver? What are we thinking? Hey, dude, it's through the roof. You see property value over there?
I have not, no.
Capitol Hill? It's not easy.
Are you a real estate agent?
No, I know a guy. I just tried to tell him to leave the division.
Get him out of here.
Get him out, just out of the league or what?
Need to be in the NFL at all.
No.
Yeah, no. Get him out. No.
His arm's weak, right?
Worst quarterback in the NFL.
Is he?
Yeah.
it's him and then Kirk Cousins right below.
No, Kirk Cousins is number one, right?
I guess weed is legal in Minnesota. Are you looking at free agency? You doing your own research on the free agency market?
I'm not a free agent.
No?
No.
Are you
Free
signed?
agent, you have to be not under contract. I'm under contract.
I just look at Twitter. I don't know what's happening. I'm from Cincinnati, Ohio, so
Okay, all right,
so
right
it's
on.
fucking on.
It's on, yeah.
You giving me 4.5 points? 4 in the hook? You kidding me, dude? Burrow's also
It is a lot of points. It is a lot of points.
too many points. Hooday, baby. There we go. He gets it.
Yeah, he gets it.
You know America's rooting against you actively?
Oh, 100%. 100%.
Cincinnati Bengals.
Yeah, the team we're gonna cheer to victory. Touchdown Bengals. Put some points up on the board and win the game for Cincinnati. Where are you from? You from Cincy? You gotta be, because I'm from Cincinnati as well.
Yeah.
People keep asking, why are you Bengals fans? Because I'm born into it. You don't just adopt that shit, all right? Who they think gonna beat them Bengals? Who they? But this is nice. Come on now. This is a man right here. Who they think gonna beat them Bengals? Nobody. And fuck the Rams. Wow. Got competition for the best mustache on the green today. My mustache looks like it's about to get arrested by his mustache. That mustache doesn't have hands, but somehow it's handsy. Mr. Phelps, does your mustache have any advice for my mustache?
No, I think this looks great.
Yeah? I gotta let it breathe a little bit more or anything?
Just gotta let it go.
Yeah?
Yeah, just let it rip. It's a good stash. I love growing a good stash.
Oh, yeah.
It's probably a good 6 weeks.
Is that 6 weeks?
Yeah.
That thing looks like it's a roadie for Brooks and Dunn. Have you got eyes on Michael Phelps' facial hair?
I did.
It's
impressive.
Come on.
It's really special. It's circa 73 James Taylor.
It has an opinion on the Creedence Clearwater revival. You know what I'm saying? So how many years you been building this thing right here?
About 3 years.
3 years?
How's it look?
That thing looks pretty mature. That looks like it could at least drink.
How about you?
This thing, it's about 3 weeks old. It's
Yeah?
an infant, yeah.
You'll make it. You'll get there.
Yeah, you
Trust
got
me.
any advice?
Well, just live long and live hard. Drink beer.
Yeah, that is amazing advice. Put that on my gravestone. That mustache voted for George W. Bush 3 times. 2 years after COVID, Nick?
Yep.
That's beautiful. That mustache looks like Tom Clancy.
Bob, give me
he's
guy
getting
water.
jealous.
The
Getting
camera
jealous.
belongs here.
Right. No,
Not
no.
these
That's comedian. That's
and-
comedian
and
Michael
bar
Turner.
mustache.
Hold
What
the
are you
thought.
doing?
Hey,
The
dude.
camera
Hold on. Let me do the plug for Michael. I just played his clip. That's comedian Michael Turner. Follow him on Instagram. He's hilarious. You'll like this dude. Let's check in with Austin on the street. We can't. How dare you? All right. You there?
There he is.
There.
Yeah.
Implemented at the TCC.
Are you?
What's up?
So you're there at the TCC right now.
Yeah, I'm right outside the front door.
Could you make it in?
Yeah, but there's like barely anyone like actually inside. There's more people like out here.
Oh, good. Oh, good. All right. You
I
got your
think it's
questions
I
ready?
think it's a school trip.
Oh, don't talk to kids, dude. All right. Is there any vendors around there?
Don't talk to kids.
Yeah.
It's not like there's only kids.
Yeah. Let's get Powers back in there. All right. So let's see. I want to see I don't want to see your face. You know this, right? So let's see what you're looking at.
We talk about this every week.
Horizontal.
Yeah. Go horizontal too, dude.
I've been trying, but it's just been doing this.
No, horizontal doesn't work. All right. All right, fine. Go back. All right. So of course we got I need you to go into let them know you're with Three Figure Presents. You're here with KFMA to talk to some of the vendors. Tell me.
I already did.
All right, well then go in and start seeing some vendors because I need to ask the vendors some questions.
All right.
All right, so we'll be back with you. Do you have your questions all lined up there, Powers?
No.
Okay, I asked you to do one thing. It's fucking great.
I got a bunch of them. Relax.
Oh, good. Okay, well then don't mess with me there. All right, let's get into this next. We got 2 minutes to talk about Super Cool. What do you got about Super Cool here?
So Super Cool is it's sort of a new sort of a different take on like the high school experience. And I mean, not like oh no, another high school movie, right? And not as great as Freaky was, because I loved Freaky. I thought that was such a great twist on it with the body switching, right? You saw that one with Vince Vaughn.
Vince Vaughn.
Right?
It actually was surprisingly good.
That was a good movie. This is not that good, but basically it's the story of this guy who's sort of a nerdy guy, and he's not the most handsome guy, and he sort of makes a wish because he's got a crush on this the hottie, and he makes a wish to become like handsome, right? He just doesn't want to be the guy that he is right now. So of course it comes true, and be careful what you wish for, clearly, right? So it screws up everything, and he's got to convince his friends that it's really him because it doesn't look like him, right? So it's a sweet little movie. I mean, it's not like a classic like Big or something, but it's a sweet little movie. It's well done. I was kind of like, oh, all right.
Okay.
And it's not, it's not raunchy. You know what I mean? It's not like that. It's not like, it's not like one of those movies, like Superbad, which is fine. You know what I mean? Like not every movie can be like,
right.
hard
Not
R.
Every movie has to be super bad.
Yeah.
And now it's time for Powers to yell at Herb for not mentioning a Netflix series that went under the radar, but we both love very much so. Go for it.
The first thing I said to him when I walked in on Monday is we got to get mad at Herb, who did not tell us about Murderville on Netflix. Did you watch Murderville?
Not yet, no.
What are you sleeping on that for?
No, I'll tell you. I've been watching something that we're going to talk about next week called Severance, which is on Apple TV with Adam Scott, John Turturro, and Christopher Walken.
Oh, okay.
So we're going to talk about that next week. But no, I've been hearing good buzz about Murderville. So tell me.
Murderville, you should just watch the first episode if you don't have time to do them all, because that's the one with Conan.
Oh, okay.
So do you know what the premise of Murderville is?
Yes.
It's so funny, and
Real
he's
quick,
the funniest one.
Give him the recap of what the
Okay,
premise
so
is.
obviously scripted show, but their celebrity guest starts to solve the murder does not have a script.
Yes.
So they improv around them and kind of make them do some other things like, making him eat all the, I'm not even tell you.
Yeah. It's a mix between improv. It's a game show. It's a
little
whodunit.
bit. It's so funny.
1 second, we're on. Rock 102.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. We're still hanging out here with film critic Herb Stratford, and live via satellite, we have Austin down the Tucson Gem Show. Let's just check in with him real quick. Austin, can you hear us?
Uh-oh.
Oh, you know what? Maybe if I unmute him, can you hear us now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, I need you to find a vendor, and then we're going to talk to a vendor, or you're going to talk to a vendor, and we're going to tell you what to say, okay?
All right, cool.
All right, and keep that mask on. Nobody wants to see your face. All right, so that's Austin on the street. We'll check back in with him on the podcast broadcast stream. There's another thing coming to streaming services, the Netflix, that you're super excited about. Am I wrong?
No, this is a pretty powerful doc. It's something you should see unless you're planning on flying, and then maybe you shouldn't see it.
Oh, no, it's that scary, huh?
Hey, a little bit. So this premiered at Sundance 2 weeks ago. It's called Downfall, the case against Boeing. And if you remember back in 19, they had 2 crashes. Right,
yes.
They killed a couple hundred people. One was a Thai airliner crash, and one was some African airline crash. And Boeing was like, "Oh, it's not our fault. It was a pilot error."
Right.
And of course, they investigated, and it was like, no, it was Boeing's fault. So this is Rory Kennedy's film. She's a great documentary filmmaker, and it basically, they're talking to the widow of the pilot of the Thai airline. They like talk to everybody, and it's really powerful story because it tells the whole history of Boeing. And Boeing used to be an awesome company, and then Airbus started grabbing market share. Airbus is the French European consortium of aircraft builders that all the Airbus came in and they started taking all Boeing's business away. So Boeing merged with somebody, and they started thinking about making money instead of being safe.
Bro,
and
no.
they've got corporate memos, and it's not the people on the line. You know what I mean? It's not the welders and it's not those people. It's the people up in the head office trying to make as much money for shareholders as they can.
Right.
And it's a really messed up story because not only did a couple hundred people die, but destroyed the reputation of this company. And they grounded all those 737s for like a year and a half or something.
Yes.
Boeing had designed some stuff into the plane, didn't even bother telling pilots. Because they didn't want to train the pilots. It was going to cost them too much money. So, it's a really sobering story. So, it'll make you not when you get on a plane, you're going to check and make sure you're not on a 737 MAX. I don't care what they say.
What kind of plane are we flying on?
737 MAX. Yeah. And so it's, think about it. Stay away from. But the problem is, I think they said at any point in time, there's 10,000 Boeing planes in the air at any time.
Yes.
That's their market share. They're like 80% of the market. It's
that's what's terrifying about this. You don't even have to fly. You just be on the ground. You don't know if they're just going to fall out of the sky. So this is the type of documentary that will make you cancel your flight plans.
It might, or just check what plane you're on.
Oh no. Yeah. That looks
Ethiopian
terrifying.
Air. Yeah. So it was Thai Air and Ethiopian Air. It's a very sobering story, but I think it's a very important story that sort of shines a light on corporate greed and, accountability and just like Minimata,
Yeah.
People don't want to do it.
All right. So if you're a fan of documentaries on Netflix, you could check this one out. It'll be entertaining and terrifying at the same time.
90% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh, so everyone likes this. Documentaries rarely get a bad score, though, if they're done well. All right. We're going to continue this conversation with Herb on the podcast broadcast stream and check in with Austin on the street down at the Tucson Gem Show because it's time to mess with him and make him sound like a total ass. We're going to be doing that on the stream right now. So join us there. Clear. All right. Speak of the devil and he appears. All right, Austin. Can you hear us? Oh, I got to unmute him again. I know. Okay. I'm a rook. It's my first time. All right.
So no matter who I talk to, they're like, no one talked to us. You can't be here. I've even name dropped you to like everybody.
Oh, well, as far as getting in, well, it looks like you're inside though, right?
No.
Yeah, but the lady that I talked to, I'm in like the hall area. I'm not in like the main, part of it.
How many times did you name drop me? I just want to hear all those fails and cringe. No. I'm here with Beef Vegan. Oh yeah. Go F yourself. Nobody cares.
I made sure to elaborate who you are.
They don't care. But that's okay. That's okay. So, are you close to anyone that looks like a vendor?
Yeah, a little bit.
I want you to go up to somebody and tell them that you're in the market for some righteous gemstones.
Yeah. You don't need anyone. Are there humans around?
Yes, go to humans.
Just go to the humans.
The lady who I talked to is like following me right now.
That's fine. So you go up to somebody and ask them that you're in the market for some righteous gemstones.
He's being followed. He looks like he's being followed.
Let me see the woman that's following you. Oh, there we go. So we got guys right
what are
there.
you worried about? Just start asking.
Yeah.
Say you're looking for the soul stone.
I'm just kind of hanging out.
I need to find the soul stone.
Just the event.
Well, again, there's protocol involved, and we're going to do that. This is our intellectual property. We own this. In order for you to do that, then I need to get your permission.
Okay.
especially if you use it for your own.
Ask her if she has the soul stone.
Yeah. Say you're just here for some righteous gemstones.
I'm just here for some righteous gemstones.
There it is.
Yeah. Like some good
You know?
news,
Aren't we all?
Bismuth.
some
Aren't we
McBrides.
all?
Yeah.
Hey, Sherry, Paul.
With the soul stone. You need the soul stone. The soul gem.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Is there a soul
I
gem?
need the soul stone, the soul gem.
Really is the one thing you're looking for, and you'll go.
So she's straight up kicking you out or telling you you can't film?
Yeah, she's telling me like I can't film or like kind of like lounge around.
Be here.
Yeah, the problem is you look homeless. And,
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
You should have worn a business suit.
Right. And in the area of town, they're just like,
Put
you
your
know.
put your hair in a man bun and walk back in without sunglasses.
All right, go up to a vendor.
Cappuccino.
Go up to a vendor.
He's like, this
All right.
woman is hanging on
Ask
your leg.
them if they have any gems that are infinity.
You guys got any gems that are infinity?
There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanos wouldn't give them to you?
No.
Ah,
Nice.
you got a lot of work to do. I got you.
Okay. That was the nicest way to say, hey, go fuck off, homeless guy. we got a lot of work to do. We don't have time for your shenanigans.
We know every rock pun there is.
Yes. Give him another rock pun because he's going up to another one. Oh yeah,
ask for any Dwayne
yeah.
Johnson.
Do you have any Dwayne Johnson?
Oh, my good one.
Yes. Austin, ask this beautiful woman if she has any Dwayne Johnson.
Generally, down here, what you're going to find is
Or somebody else.
Anybody.
Give me 1 second.
I'm giving you all the seconds.
You guys have any Dwayne Johnsons here?
we have what?
Any Dwayne Johnsons?
I have no idea what that is.
The
Oh,
Rocks.
you don't know what a Dwayne Johnson is? Oh, okay. The Rock.
Oh, no, don't know.
No, you don't have any here? Oh, okay.
Oh, well, I don't know if we have any. But if you go down into the show itself, you can ask them, or you might ask somebody who knows more like this lady here.
Tell her to mind her bismuth.
Oh yeah, ask the lady the same thing. It's a
Victoria?
serious question. This gentleman's looking for Dwayne Johnson.
Yeah.
Now he's
Price
stuck in
check
it.
on Dwayne
What
Johnson.
is it? I don't know the answer.
Yeah, go ahead, ask her.
You guys got any Dwayne Johnsons?
Dwayne Johnson.
Yeah.
The Rock?
Yeah, The Rock. You guys got any here?
I wish.
You wish?
Yeah, I told him a Jeep to take him home. No. No, Dwayne Johnson.
Okay, thank you so
Gotcha.
much. Yeah, that's great. All right, go on to the next there, Austin. Austin on the street. Intellectual Austins. Go back to okay, so go back to asking for some righteous gemstones, and then I want you to ask for some Goodmans, some McBrides. This is a show on HBO. I know you watch it.
Property. And if you're doing this for your own profit, then I've got
No,
an
no
issue.
profit.
No profit.
Yeah.
There's no profit here.
Look at me.
Yeah,
If you
well,
say, look at me.
What's
I don't
going
make
on?
money.
First it's a radio station. Now you're just walking around. What?
Well, look at me. I don't make money.
So, boy, you have to have money in order to live. So I don't know what you're doing.
But we're not
You know, I get
profiting.
one
We're
story,
promoting.
now you're doing something else.
Blogging.
So what's
Hey,
happening?
We're not
What's
profiting. We're promoting. We're here
Yeah,
to
yeah.
film
Voting for who?
for you
The
guys
gem-
for the
No,
gem
I
show.
don't. You know, I'm the publicity chair, so I do a pretty good job of that myself, and that's why if you think you're going to do it, then it has to come to me. Otherwise, I say no.
Oh,
So is it okay?
No, it's not okay.
No, it's not
Ask,
okay.
ask if you should mine your bismuth.
Because I don't know anything about you. I don't know who you are.
Should I mind my own business?
Pardon me?
Should I mind my own business?
No.
Well, I'm trying to be very polite, and I think
yes.
She is.
And we appreciate you. I appreciate you being
you're
polite.
not a commercial prince.
No, and I appreciate you being polite. I do.
Okay, so it's sort of like, you know, I don't know what's going on, and I'm
Ask-
feeling uncomfortable.
Ask is it because you have long hair and you look like
Is it because I have long hair and I look homeless?
No, child. I'm 70 years old, and I came up the era. It doesn't bother me at all. You're like a throwback. It's no big deal.
I'm a throwback. Oh, okay.
Yeah, you know, give me a break. You know,
Yeah.
no, I
Woodstock
just
is
don't
your
like.
favorite festival.
I just don't like the demeanor and what's going on. Okay, so I'm trying to be as polite as possible. You be respectful.
I thank her, and then make your way out. She's too nice, and I'm not trying to get sued, right?
It's not really for anything outside of your own personal use.
Okay, no worries at all.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay. That is, I love the situations we're getting Austin in. You know, it is fantastic. She just basically like, no, I'm the publicist, and well, we're just still promoting it.
Very nice.
She was very nice.
polite.
Yes,
But she doesn't
She
know
was
what's going
very
on.
nice.
She's like, I'm very uncomfortable. I do not know what's going on here. I don't trust it.
Yes.
That's fine.
Yeah.
What are you going to do? Because she's correct.
Yes. Right.
Yeah, I mean, she's not wrong.
All right,
I'm very
Austin.
disrupted.
All right, good job, and hopefully we're out of there before they make any formal complaints and get us sued. We'll talk to you later, okay?
All right, later.
All right, that was our Austin on the street. Yeah, it was good. It was good.
I bet he could have explained. I'd be like, I did just give away a bunch of tickets. She'd still say, no, I didn't hear about it.
I know, because one of those things. Unfortunately, that's not how we do things here. We ask for forgiveness, not for permission.
Yes.
We just infiltrate, and that's just the way it is. But we still promoted it. Gem show. Gimp said, the old lady was like suspect.
Did that
what the
segment
kids
rock?
say.
Did that segment rock?
There it is.
There you go.
There you go.
Nice job, Todd.
Yeah,
Well
done.
That did. That was at a couple highlights. That was great.
Yeah. I'll clip that up and post it on the Instagram, which I tried to do earlier with our what was it, tap out game. I tried to do a 60-second clip on Instagram stories and something with my phone. But
No, the clips are 15 seconds a piece in the max.
I know, but you could add up a bunch. Okay, let me talk about this. Here's a couple movie related deals.
Okay.
I got 5 times actors have taken significant pay cuts.
All right.
In some pretty prominent films. These are going to surprise you. Like, do you recall that Will Ferrell, Paul Rudd, and Steve Carell all took pay cuts for Anchorman 2, The Legend Continues, just so it could be made?
And they shouldn't have.
Yeah, they should have passed.
Yeah. Okay. So is that much of a flop?
It's
rough.
Yeah.
It's
just not.
Well, you get what you pay for, and if you don't pay these actors, they're not going to be great.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
They should have paid the writers more.
Yeah, they should have paid them writers.
All right, what about Chadwick Boseman? Now, this is actually just another story to add to the legend of Chadwick Boseman. He donated some of his salary to Sienna Miller when they did 21 Bridges because the studio was refusing her asking price. So Chadwick stepped in.
Right, because all the guys get paid twice as much.
Yeah.
Yep.
That happens on those superhero movies too, where they're trying to be like, you gotta pay her the same.
Yep. And good guy Keanu Reeves, speaking of good guys.
Yeah.
This guy legendarily always is so giving. Well, he reportedly volunteered to take a cut of several $1 million for The Devil's Advocate, just so the studio could afford to bring in Al Pacino.
Good choice.
Yeah, that movie's a classic.
That's one of my favorite movies growing up. I don't know why. I love that movie. Really? It's really good.
Yeah, that surprised
I don't
you,
know
Herb?
why. I just love that movie. I thought he was great. Al Pacino, he's ridiculous.
It's a cool story and it's very well done. And I mean, it is before Pacino just totally went off the deep end.
Right.
True. So you're right. I mean,
what was Pacino's last movie before he went off the deep end? That was great.
Personally, Heat's my favorite.
Yes.
I was just saying, Heat is like his. Yeah.
He should have retired after Heat.
That's just peak. That's peak Pacino, right? And it's got De Niro in it. I mean, Val Kilmer's great. I mean, Ashley Judd is beautiful in it. I mean, that movie is just epic.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Danny Trejo. I mean, come on.
Right. All right. Will Smith personally paid the cast of King Richard for any lost box office returns after the studio decided on to simultaneously streaming it and theatrical releases for HBO Max.
Wow.
So Will Smith has so much money. That's very generous.
It is because he didn't have to do that. So
exactly.
Yes.
Yeah. And finally, this one surprised me the most. Guess how much Jonah Hill got paid to be in The Wolf of Wall Street?
Oh, I know it's not a lot because he wanted to do it.
Right. But still, this is why.
Did he get paid scale?
No.
Yes.
Scale?
Oh my God.
God.
He agreed to the lowest possible salary of $60,000.
Wow.
Yeah, to be the cousin humper in The Wolf of Wall Street because he wanted to work with Scorsese so much.
Well, I get that.
It did actually work out for him because he ended up being in other Scorsese films.
Yeah. He
That's
got on the
where
radar. Yeah.
Anything you can. Sometimes it's like I'll take it exposure dollars just to get an opportunity.
Yeah, but at the same time, if you're good at something, don't do it for free, and they kind of always will continue to get you for cheaper. I don't know. That's my personal experience. I still don't make any money.
Right, but there's other big celebrities that have definitely, I famously have taken scale so that they can do a thing.
Yeah,
like it happens. It's a
and
thing
you're
to
wearing
do.
your nicest outfit right now.
I don't know if that's true. This is a vintage throwback original Al Bundy. All right, one of the greatest football players of all time. 4 touchdowns in one game.
Yeah, that was big. What do you think about that, Spears? Is Al Bundy the greatest football player of all time?
Al Bundy.
Rockwell 2.1 KFMA. We just asked Justin Spears from ESPN the hardest hitting sports question we could ask, as Powers on the stream is wearing a jersey of his favorite football player of all time, and he also designates him as the GOAT as far as high school players.
Should we
Fill
ask?
us in?
Should we ask if anyone knows who it is?
No, we don't have time for that.
Oh, rats. Well, he played for Polk High, and he's number 33, one Al Bundy. That's right.
Oh, so Spears.
No.
Whoa,
No.
he's saying no before I even asked the question. So is Al Bundy the greatest high school football athlete of all time? 4 touchdowns in one game, man.
Oh, we're talking about strictly high school?
Well, he
Yes.
didn't play in the NFL, did he?
No.
Peg
Oh.
Bundy got in the way. And he got that summer job as a suit salesman. Oh,
man.
Yeah.
Ooh, man, that's tough. I mean, you'd have to go into like Friday Night Lights.
Okay.
I got
Then
some of
who's
that.
better than Al Bundy? Real quick.
I know.
I'm thinking of,
Who
I
got-
mean, the first football player that came to my mind, non-high school, was Shane Falco.
Okay.
Keanu Reeves in The Replacements.
Okay.
Yeah, Falco was pretty good too. Yeah. And Herb agrees with that one because that's film and not TV.
It's film, not TV.
Yeah,
Who-
because Herb's a snob.
I like, let's go. I'm going to go with James Vanderbeek as well. In what was that one? What's
Varsity
that?
Blues?
In Varsity Blues.
Varsity Blues. Oh, yes.
That's some high school football for
All
you.
right. All right. Well, we have to play some commercials real quick. We'll be back with your beef tip. But my assignment to you is think about that whipped cream bikini.
Uh-huh.
Is it there? Is it there? Cool. Keep it there, and then we'll be right back. All right. See, a couple more things we'll talk about here on the stream. As far as movie news. Oh, no, actually, this is TV in a way. I want to touch on this Dave Chappelle story. Have you guys heard about this?
No.
So Dave
Some
Chappelle.
headline, right? Something just happened, right?
Yeah. So Dave Chappelle lives in a small town in Ohio called Yellow Springs. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, there was apparently some big development plan to build low-income housing in Yellow Springs. Now, Dave Chappelle had an issue with this plan. So he went to city council and straight up said, if you do this, if you pass this, then my multi-entertainment theater that I have planned, my comedy theater / restaurant, my multi-million-dollar entertainment project for this town, I'm pulling the funding.
Wow.
I'm not going to do this. Right now, the general headline talks about low-income housing.
Mhm.
And so if you're just going to look at the headline, you're going to think to yourself, Dave Chappelle's against low-income housing?
Right.
That's not the case at all. And I
Okay.
want to make that point perfectly clear. Okay. So don't get caught up with just the headline because it's not exactly affordable housing. As you notice, nothing about housing in America is affordable today, anyways.
Yeah.
Okay. So this was a plot to build in housing, and then they were going to put out of the 60 houses that were all going to cost upwards of $600,000.
Mhm.
3 of them were going to be designated for future affordable housing.
Okay.
So basically, they were going to come in, build a stupid little suburb in the middle of this quiet, quaint little town, kind of, ruin the town, homogenize it, if you will.
Uh-huh.
And that's what Dave Chappelle had a problem with. And so he stepped up, and he has the whole town behind him because it's a small town and it's fucking Dave Chappelle, right? He's like, they're like, we got the best comedian in the world, bringing all in the best comedians to play in Yellow Springs, Ohio.
But
Like-
also the thing to mention too is he's very involved in that community. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
it's not like he's invisible. It's not like he lives there and no one knows he's there. He's very involved. He does a lot of stuff for the community. So that's important to recognize.
Mm-hmm.
Can I say one of my favorite things about the way he describes it? He says, I'm not a big deal in that town, just like I live in Springfield and I'm Krusty the Clown. Like, and everybody it was the fun because the audience was like, that's the best. Hilarious.
That is true.
It's perfect.
In that town, you see him everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's just Krusty the Clown. Absolutely. So, but I thought I had audio clip of him doing that. I know I had video of him speaking up, and I do actually right here. Here, let's look at this. Might as well. It's coming. It's coming. You cracking yourself up?
Yeah. Yeah, it happens.
Yeah. You know what? No, I don't like this link. So, oh wait, here it is.
I love this game.
Okay, shut the.
Right, here it is.
What do you have prepped for us?
Hey, you know what?
Get-
I got something.
various
Let's
questions.
talk about the Jurassic World Dominion trailer.
All
Did
right,
you
what
watch
do you
it?
think? I did watch that trailer.
Did you really? I didn't actually watch it at
I'm
all.
on board, and I was sort of over it.
Really?
I'm on board. I'm like, you know what? Dinosaurs in snow, sign me up.
That's what it
Okay.
is.
Well,
And
no,
Chris
it's-
Pratt's still in it.
They're all in it.
Yeah, they're all in it.
Alan
Jeff Goldblum,
Grant's back.
Yeah.
The lady's back. Laura Dunham?
Laura Dern.
Dern.
Laura
Okay,
Dern.
Laura Dern. So they're all back, and it is that okay? Now the dinosaurs after the last one, they're out in the world now. They've
We're
left.
sharing the world with us.
Yeah, and like there they are running in the field with horses, and people are doing it like they're horses, right? And then they are in snow. There they are. Can man live with the dinosaur? Like it's just like okay. I mean, I don't see what the big deal is. Like as if we're I don't know how will man. I'm pretty sure man back in the day was stupid. Now we're just going to make burgers out of them.
But let's be clear. There were never men and dinosaurs at the same time.
Good point as
Yeah,
well. Like if there was even that concept, right?
Yeah.
Like, but what would we do? This whole thing. Oh, can they live at the same? Oh my
Hell
God.
no, we can't. I
Yeah,
mean,
we can. We're just going
no.
to ranch them.
yeah.
What makes them different? They're just like any animal.
Well,
They're
and I
a
think what's
mammal.
important, what you get out of this trailer too, is that certain dinosaurs are being allowed to roam,
Yeah.
right? But velociraptors and T-Rexes and whatever are not.
So
That's
you should,
good.
Right.
So, you're
as
not.
they
It's like
shouldn't.
not legal to have a velociraptor, as it should
Right.
be.
It's not
Right.
legal to have a tiger. I don't
Yeah.
think half the
Well,
time.
half the country it is.
Right.
But
Right. Yeah.
So we'll see how it all works out. But yeah.
I'm on board. I want to see how the story finishes. I was a little bit like, we're just telling the same story over again.
Are they saying this is the finish?
Yeah,
this
well,
is
saying
it.
this
the
is
final chapter.
Yeah, of this new Jurassic World, right?
Right.
Who knows? They're going to probably do something else.
Is
'cause
any of this based off any Michael Crichton writings at
no,
all?
no, because he's
Okay.
dead.
Oh
So,
yeah,
yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
He's been dead for like 10 years, man.
All right. So,
No, but I love seeing Goldblum. I love seeing Sam Neill and Laura Dern. It gives me the feels,
No,
right?
I'm
You know what I
down.
mean?
Laura Dern actually looks
She looked
pretty
pretty
good in that
great,
shot.
actually.
Yeah, she does. She does.
Yeah, this whole thing does
Well,
look
they're
good.
all there. The
Yeah.
same old,
I mean, that's awesome.
Yeah. So when is this slated to
I think
come out? This
I think
summer?
it's in June or July.
Good, a good blockbuster. I
Yep.
mean, we need to start getting people back to theaters.
That's
and-
your summer
the
movie
epic
right
conclusion.
Yeah.
Yep.
All
And
right.
look what's happening. Oh, it's all coming back. He's got feathers.
there, man. Yeah.
Pratt with a knife. Good
Yeah.
luck, bud.
Yeah.
And so speaking of dinosaurs, I think was it Chinese archaeologists revealed today that that dinosaurs would swallow their prey whole and then spit out the bones. Certain dinosaurs would do this, much like birds. Just further,
And it's a Spinosaurus, right? That's the name of the
no,
dinosaur
it's not a
you're talking about?
Spinosaurus. I mean, this is legit. But I mean, just further going with the theory that we still have dinosaurs around us today. They're just birds.
Yeah, that's true.
Most of them. So, yeah. So there's a lot of similarities between birds and the dinosaurs, including how they eat. And I don't know how they figured that out. I think they found some fossils with full blown animals inside them.
Neat.
Yeah.
Neat.
Super neat. Just watching the trailer. That's cool.
Well, that's good. That's the part where both of them, Alan Grant and what's they go, don't move when the T-Rex shows up. They both say the line.
Yeah. Spears, did your camera die? What happened to you? Yeah. Oh, poor Spears. Why don't you squeeze in with Herb? Because earlier, I don't have the clip loaded up, but we did our Spears Super Bowl pick. And of course, the Super Bowl this Sunday, the Rams are favorites. And our theory is whatever Spears picks, we bet the opposite and we make tons of money.
Wow,
And because
Spears, that's nice. You give that tip to everybody.
well, that's because his track record in the playoffs. His track record in the playoffs was abysmal. It was comic. That's how good he was doing at being
Are
bad,
you gonna
right?
take that?
Am I wrong?
These were tough playoffs, were they not? Wasn't this all the underdogs won the
I mean, if you
playoffs?
played in them, yeah.
If you played in them.
So, what did you even keep track? You were like 1 for 11, right?
It wasn't good. I'll tell you that.
It was like there was
Definitely
one
not a winning
weekend.
record.
There was one weekend.
The actual number.
No, one weekend I think he was like 0 for 6. It was amazing to be that like to swing and miss that hard.
Consistency though.
Yeah, it's super consistent. So like literally, guys, I'm telling you, there's not many things I'll say is sure money. But betting against Spears this football season has definitely been my winning strategy. If I would have did this for every pick, I would be a millionaire right now, honestly. Like I've made so much money. He is again encyclopedia when it comes to stats and facts. He'll know names. He'll know how much they, how well they did in the games like 3 years ago. The guy is a sports expert. And he is Twitter verified, and he is legit. When it comes to sport journalism, there's very few that are as good. But when it comes to sports picking,
there are very few that are that bad.
Exactly.
Take that knife. Take that butter knife.
Exactly. So
he built you up and then he tore you down.
Yeah. But no, I mean, it's true on both. It's true on both accounts. So with that, go ahead and tell the streamers who you're picking for the Super Bowl and why.
All right, so we are going with the LA Rams. LA Rams are the Super Bowl 56 champs. They are going to get to Joe Burrow. Very poor offensive line play, even during the playoffs. But the Bengals miraculously are in the Super Bowl. Unfortunately, Cinderella's time is up.
I love it. You keep being confident on it. Oh, and I'm just putting more money down. Every little barb you're doing against the Bengals, I'm like, there's another $5 on it. Oh yeah. Oh, I'm going up high. Was it with $200 for a money line bet? Yeah, I might do that.
Come Monday, the opening to the show is going to be my voice saying Cinderella's time is up.
Yeah. We'll see. We will see. We got about 55 seconds. We're going to end things with the beef tip. Don't forget, Spears is on in the afternoon, 3 to 6 in ESPN radio. So check it out if you're driving in your car in the afternoon. It's fun listen. And Herb, we'll be back next week. And I don't know what Herb does in real life, so I can't really plug it.
You know what I do.
I know, I'm just kidding. But what are we going to say? You can watch Herb watch TV.
No, I'm restoring the Teatro Carmen downtown.
Right.
Oh,
yeah.
I run a film festival every October. Come on.
I'm sorry. I spaced on all that. You're right.
Plus, I'm sure when you criticize these things, you must post it somewhere other than just shouting it to beef. And I don't think.
Oh yeah, no, all over the place.
I'm on TV and stuff. I don't. Sometimes I post it.
You post? You don't have a Twitter?
No, I don't like Twitter.
Well, if you did,
I review movies.
You're sitting next to
tell anybody.
You're sitting next to a Twitter verified. He's a verified Twitter account, which is a huge thing. All right, we got 3 seconds. Rock 102.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. So we are all out of time. I'd like to thank all our guests this morning: Justin Spears from ESPN Radio, Herb Stratford, and of course Powers hanging out, and Austin on the street. Here's an update: he did not get arrested. That's the good news. Yes, but it was very, very close. So close. All right, it's time for your beef tip before we head into this Super Bowl / Valentine's Day weekend. According to a new study, they found that changing from a Western diet to one that's more plant-based could extend your life by over 10 years. All right, so this is somewhat obvious. I mean, Powers, you're giving me a look like, duh. But here's the deal. That's if you start eating healthy at age 20. All right. But even if you did start at age 60, it'd be more like 8 years. So here's your beef tip of the day. If you're older than 20, keep eating that greasy, cheesy, double stacked, smothered and covered, buttery, beautiful garbage food. Stuff it in your face until you're Herb's age, 60.
Oh, nice. Not 60. Thank you.
And it's too late to look back now. So you can eat all that good Super Bowl food on this Sunday and just worry that, you might have lost 2 years at the end of it. But if you start eating healthy at 60, you'll get 8 back. That's a win in my mind. So that's your beef tip of the day.
Beat the spread.
Yeah, treat yourself. Eat yourself into a coma this weekend. All right, Riley's up next. Enjoy the rest of your day. Drive safe, ride safe, and as always, rock local. Later. You're not 60?
Oh, I'm not 60.
Wish upon a side of beef, you will come and end to all your grief. But if you've been mean or kind of bad, I will knock out all your teeth.